I know that my first experience confiding in somebody did not turn out well at all, and it had a huge impact on my life. And my understanding is you had a similar situation.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in conservative northern Michigan. I was a 4-H kid, was on the bowling team. High school is a tough place, and I just felt, it was a matter of fact, you just could not be gay here. It was unsafe to be gay, and pretty much ran away when I came out. Wrote my mom a letter, said I'm sorry. I figured I'd be such a disappointment, and I got out. Not because my parents, told me they hated me and told me to leave, but because I was so convinced by everything that I had learned for 18 years that I would be a disappointment. And, the society I grew up in told me that something about me was twisted and broken. So I just ran away. I was sleeping on some friends' couches, air mattresses on floors in living rooms, spent some nights in my car. And a few months later, my mom called me. I remember right where I was, driving home from work, and she just said, "I want you to come home." And I drove right home, and hadn't seen my parents in a couple months, and we just tried to make it work, and we did. And the thing about allyship is that it has to be performed. It was an action that my parents took to tell me that they loved me. They affirmed my existence. They told me they were scared for me. They told me they'd fight like hell for me. And we have to do that for all the people, in our life, people who opened up and said, "This is going to be really hard, and you have an ally in me." And I just respect the hell out of my parents that they were willing to do that, because not everybody gets that in our community. Sometimes people are pushed away and they never get to see their family again.
I know that Pete is disappointed. I'm sure you are disappointed for Pete in the way it turned out. But honestly, are you relieved to not have to live in the spotlight at this point?
I thought, some of the anonymity would come back. Not all of it has. I'm still very privileged to have the platform and keep talking about things I believe in, try to uplift other people and, get the moment right, be on the right side of history. Pete and I were just kayaking the other day, and, we're going down the river, having a beer, just enjoying the silence. And I said, "Can you imagine what life would be like right now had you won?" And I got to say, I mean, of course I was bummed when the campaign ended. I thought he'd make a great president, but he's young. We had a lot of goals and a lot of dreams. Being selfish, I like having him home. We're talking about starting a family. There are all these things that we have ahead of us. So yeah, we can be upset it didn't go his way. And I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. I like having 3 meals a day with him. But I truly do want what's best for this country. And I believe that is, all of us coming together to elect Joe Biden this fall.